Hey guys, John Jackson here with Pro Edge Paintball. I am at the NXL World Cup 2022 and we got rained out today because of the hurricane that came by and hit Orlando. So they canceled all the games. So I was lucky enough to snag a CS3 from one of the teammates, Matt Derulo on the team. Appreciate you. And I'm gonna give you a little overview, unboxing video. And at the end, I'm gonna compare the original CS2, CS2 Pro actually, to the new CS3. So let's jump on in. So you got your standard box from Eclipse. So you got the team impact. Each pro team that's sponsored by Eclipse got one team gun to shoot. Check out. So open her up. Go there. So first thing you notice, they've got the new case that they carried from the LV2 platform that was just released a few months ago. Got the new case. A lot of people really like this case. It's like a nice cloth material, still a nice hard case. So really happy with the case on this one. See how many times I can say case. Open her up. Of course, you've got your new barrel kit that Eclipse again released on the LV2. You've got your inserts, your barrel back, your barrel front. Good to go there. So depending on what insert you want to use, slide it in the back there, throw it in, reverse threads there, screw it together. So go ahead and set that up. Stock with the gun comes with your lube, your hard tip bolt. Most people use a soft tip that comes in the gun. That's perfectly fine. And of course, a great spare parts kit and super nice heavy duty manual. You can go to their website, download the PDF, save it on your phone so you have access to it. And of course, the CS3 right there. This is the launch edition, which means there's only, I believe 40 of these available. Just real quick, they do not come with this trigger on here. This is an aftermarket infamous trigger that we threw on there for the games tomorrow. So first thing I noticed on this is just the feel of it. Immediately, a lot of people online already, the extension, it's only maybe, I believe, an eighth of an inch or a quarter of an inch longer on the front. But if you have bigger hands and you kind of didn't like the CS2 or CS2 Pro, this is gonna give you just a little bit extra room where it really has a good fit on the side of the gun. If you're gonna hold it, put your thumb up here, anything like that, pretty straightforward. Really nice on that one. So it feels really good out of the box. Just to get one thing out of the way, a lot of people are dogging on the CS3 because it's not a huge improvement or not a huge visual change from the CS2 Pro. But don't forget, there's a lot of newer players out there that are looking for their first high-end gun. So for you guys that are out there, or girls that are out there that are looking for your first high-end gun, and you really like and really enjoy the best, most dependable, most reliable, best performing products that you buy, just in general. From what I've seen so far on this gun, the shooting videos, the testing, of course, we know Planet Eclipse has, the history Planet Eclipse has. If you're looking for the highest end gun that you think is gonna be the most efficient, least amount of maintenance, one of the softest shots that I've ever felt, CS3. This is all the way, no doubt about that. For you guys that own a CS2 Pro, would I upgrade? It is a different shot. It definitely feels different. But if you're extremely happy with your CS2 Pro, maybe not yet. Maybe you hold off until they come up with maybe a limited edition model of it. Maybe they, do some, maybe a CS3 Pro. I have no idea on that one. But if you're looking for a new high-end gun, definitely check these out. They will be available on our website, proedgepaintball.com, for pre-order right now in every color combo. This is the launch edition, so there's only 40 of these made. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. You'll have to buy them secondhand at that point. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Like I said, a lot of people dogging on it, but just get out of the way. A lot of new players out there that are still gonna be looking for high-end guns over the next year or two. They're gonna watch this video. So this is really for you guys and for people considering if they're gonna upgrade or not. So some of the new features immediately that I noticed, of course, like I said, the extended grip on the front. The frame here feels a little thinner. I didn't measure anything yet, so that's a nice feel. I didn't think the CS2 Pro was big at all on the back, but being thinner was definitely a nice upgrade. Eclipse is good at giving you things that you didn't know you needed or wanted, and then you go, why did I not have that before? So they have the new console in the back, same thing, the new on-off here. So double tap there. It's got the new screen, same thing as the LV2. So very nice upgrade system on that one. I like that platform a lot better. Some small things, the the velocity screw on the bottom here is much easier to get to. And so it's easier to understand, I think, for the newer players out there. Beforehand, you couldn't really see what you were supposed to be doing. It had to be actually the pops had to be pushed down in order to be able to see the velocity screw. This is much easier to understand. You're not looking for the screw. You're not trying to smash it in there when it's not put together. Great design change on this one, Planet Eclipse, for being a retail store owner. As myself, we get that question a lot, like, how do I do this? What's wrong with this? Why can't I fit my Allen key in there? What size is it? This is much better, self-explanatory, much easier to understand, I would say. So good job on that one. The bolt, of course, the back here is a little bit different lines. You see the back cap isn't the same shape as before. Some people are saying this looks very similar to like a 170. Even that G-Tech Stealth, I believe that GI did, I thought it kind of looked similar to that. But I wonder if there's a reason why they had to do that. The body is a little thicker than what I remember on the CS2 Pro. And so maybe that's why, or maybe they just want to make it a little more sleek. Pull that up, slide it out the back, just like your CS2 Pro. Pretty straightforward on that one. Some of the standard changes that everybody knows about is it's supposed to have a 50% larger volume chamber. And typically my basic understandings, and Planet Eclipse guys, if I'm wrong on this, correct me please, but 50% more volume would typically make a gun less efficient. So if you can, like for guys, if you're trying to get your gun to shoot better quality paint, a more brittle, more fragile paint, typically you can make increase your volume through different methods, and it'll allow the gun to be softer on paint, but you get less efficiency. But the CS3, they have a 50% larger chamber, and they're claiming 20% more efficient. So they've done a lot of good changes on that, even though they might be internal on the design side that you might not physically see. That's a pretty big, significant improvement, because the CS2 Pro was already extremely efficient. One of our guys, or Matt Derula actually, he said he shot 7-8 pods yesterday in one of the points we had practice, and still had 1,800, 2,000 PSI. So if that's the case, that means we don't even know if he had a 4,500 field. That's at least 14 to 15 pods on, I believe he uses like a 77 or an 80 size bottle. So I'm sure people will do efficiency tests out there, but so you're talking well over a case of paint. That's definitely the case here. But you're talking maybe 12 or 14, 15, 16 pods. I don't know how crazy that is, but basically you can fill up, play a whole day if you're a recreational player. If you're gonna shoot a case of paint, never have to worry about efficiency. Go play your scenarios, go play your big tournaments, anything like that. One tank fill, or one of our guys brought up, just shoot a smaller tank. Instead of having a large, 77 or 80 cubic inch bottle in order to get through a game, you go with a smaller bottle now, which is gonna make it lighter. It's gonna make it more convenient for you, easier to handle. It's pretty cool. And of course you have to fill up less. So that's pretty great on that one. One of the popular questions we've seen already posted up and people ask is, will it have a mechanical frame? As of November at World Cup, there is going to be a mechanical frame available for it, but there isn't one available currently. I believe Planet Eclipse has like a mock-up or one on the wall at the event. I'm not sure if it works and what the case is, but you can see it up there. It's definitely coming, and it'll be coming. Of course, they'll do that. That would make sense. So definitely mech frame. If you guys are ICPL or any of the mechanical players out there, wait for the mech frame. We'll have them on pre-order as soon as they're announced. So go proedgepaintball.com. We'll have them on there as soon as they're available. We'll get them to you as soon as possible. So do a quick comparison of the two guns, the CS3 and the CS2. I've got my brother, Matt Jackson, Fuzzy Jackson, his Impact CS2 Pro here to show you a quick rundown. So what I've already done is the front grips on these. I just wanted to see what was interchangeable. If the grips are thinner, typically people try to interchange them. So this is off of his CS2. So the front grip, exact same grip. Looks exactly the same, fits no problem. However, the back grips will not fit. And one of the first things I noticed was it has this little extension here at the bottom, which is supposed to help you get these grips off. So they come unsnapped, and you can actually stick your finger under here and pull the back off. The other one, I did not like, the CS2 Pro. You never really have to take this off. I'll preface it with that. You don't have to take these grips off unless you're trying to clean your gun or something bad happens. But if you did want to, they're kind of a pain to get off. So, and another thing I noticed, and I should have said this first, is it actually helps to lift the bolt back cap up now because these grips go underneath the back cap, which I don't know if it helps hold it in or helps keep the lines cleaner. But if you notice here in the back, this actually slides over and then goes around and over top of the back grips. So to take your grips off, to make it easier, I would say take your bolt off, take your bolt out, and then take your grips off. And same thing, the grips now come all the way to the back of the breech where they didn't before. Sorry, not the breech, the back of the bolts here and the bolt cap. So it makes it much cleaner lines, smoother, locks into place better, and I think everything just fits together better on here. And of course, these grips come off just like that. I did notice that they moved the micro switch when I was installing this trigger. They moved the micro switch from on the, I guess on the side or further lower in the trigger frame off from the top of the trigger. So they used to be on like on the upper board, or sorry, on the, I guess it is on the upper board of the CS2 Pro, but it used to be above it, and now it's actually on the side. So I don't know if that's gonna change how the trigger's set up. The trigger shoe is different, but a CS2 trigger, CS2 Pro trigger will fit the face, like the little trigger upgrades that they sell. Not the entire assembly, but just the trigger itself will upgrade, will fit into a CS3 as well. So if you already have a CS2 Pro, or if you're picking one up and you want to throw a trigger in there with it, we do carry the infamous triggers and the HK CS2 triggers. They will fit into your CS3. Like I said, the body's a little bit thicker, trigger's the same, Pops ASA, back grip here is a little thinner, front grip's exactly the same. New barrel kit. The big question is the bolt, the engine, the design. And I'm not going to act like I know all the specific engineering details and everything of this. I know a lot of Planet Eclipse guys that have followed Eclipse for years are very detail oriented, and I don't want to get it wrong. So I'm just going to show you the basic differences between the bolt, compare them side by side so you can see. Feel free to comment below if you have any input on this. Like I said, I don't want to get anything wrong. So this is going to be your CS3. This is going to be your CS2 Pro. You can see they are going to be a little bit different in length, and total length seems a little different. So, and I would imagine so because the gun is going to be different in length on that one. So your cans seem a little larger on your, actually sorry, on the CS2 Pro, the can's a little larger. The bolt, the soft touch bolt has been updated, it looks like. So I'm not sure if this is something that is in other guns or not, but I know CS3 bolt definitely looks different than your CS2 Pro. Internals of this definitely look different. Check it out there. So definitely some modifications. There are some changes. Of course, volume, size, like I said. I know the shot of this gun is significantly lighter. So I know when we first pulled this one out of the box, it felt like it was chronoed about 225. We're like, there's no way this is chronoed right. And you put it on the chrono, it was 285 right out of the box. So if you are used to that CS2 Pro shot when you grab this one for the first time, it's definitely going to be lighter. If you thought the CS2 Pro had a lot of kick or recoil, I should say, this is even lighter than that. So if you didn't like that one, maybe you give the CS3 a shot. Give it a try, and that way you can see if you like it, because it's definitely a different shot than the CS2 Pro. But yeah, like I said, there's more technical side of the bolt system. For most of the players out there, they just want to shoot a gun that's reliable. So I'm going to let somebody else go into extreme detail on the bolt system there, and I don't want to get corrected by all the Eclipse guys out there, so don't want to get that wrong. But yeah, overall, extremely happy with it. This is the first weekend this has been officially released. There are rumors that there have been guns out there, of course, for people testing, which is great because, of course, Eclipse does a great job in testing their products. There we go. I have it clicked another way. But yeah, looks great. Of course, it's going to have the Planet Eclipse reliability, all that good stuff. So I'm curious if the eye covers fit each gun. So take these off real quick. Maybe you have some custom CS2 eye covers that you want to put on your CS3. Nope, they are definitely machined completely different. So that is not going to work on there. I was kind of hoping you could take your custom ones and put them on there, but they are machined completely different on there. So you cannot not see the difference, or can't tell the difference here. So it definitely will not fit on them. The CS3 still has the two detents inside. The way the ball sensor works, the eyes are actually on the top board, so that way when you pull the body off, it hinges off the top. So very, very easy to clean and maintenance. Of course, the CS3 still uses the tried and true AA batteries. Very straightforward, very easy to change, put them in there. I love that feature. Seems so simple. Can't believe we haven't done that, or it took us this long for somebody to design such a simple platform with the batteries instead of having screws in the grip frame and wires and everything. This just seems so much better. Good job, Eclipse. So if you're new to the CS platform and you want to, you're curious about the maintenance, as you can see earlier, the bolt comes out completely toolless. But if you want to clean the eye sensors inside here, it's just one slide forward, and then the actually cover comes off there. And so the eye sits in the bottom part of the hole here. So paint doesn't actually ever sit on the eye. It sits on the little mirror piece inside the eye cover. So some of the entry-level guns or even other high-end guns, they have a part where paint can actually sit on the actual eye itself, and over time it wears those eyes out, and you have to replace the eyepiece. $25 to $40 probably a piece. Whereas the Planet Eclipse part, the way it works is, I believe the little mirror plastic piece inside, reflective pieces, is less than $5 for sure, maybe even less than $1. So very easy to clean it, and very low cost if you do have to change this piece over time. Of course, the part that gets the dirtiest on most guns is going to be where the actual paintball travels. So through the breech, from the dirty hopper, from the dirty pod, down into your breech, out the barrel. So this part definitely needs to get cleaned the most and gets the most wear and tear. So it's nice that they made an affordable option for you once that wears out over time. And then so once you've cleaned it, slide that in place. So another thing I noticed just holding the guns next to each other is the CS3 seems to have not to be as tall as the CS2 Pro. It's gonna be hard to show you, but I'll show you an overhead shot. And lining up the top of the breech, the feed neck, it looks like the height of the frame is actually about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch shorter. So that's kind of cool. So we added length of the gun and shortness of the top. So that's kind of, maybe it sits better in your shoulder. Maybe it just feels more natural that way. It's a pretty cool change. I don't know how much more they can change on the CS platform to make it better. Everybody seems to be extremely happy with it. Performance, reliability, you can't complain. I very rarely ever have anybody say, don't really care for the CS2 or CS3, once they experience it. So not sure what else they're gonna do to make this that much better. If you have ideas, throw them in the comments. I'm curious if you don't like the CS2 Pro, or if you've shot the CS3, comment below. See what you don't like about it, or let us know what you don't like about it. I'd be curious what your perspective is. Not right or wrong. It's just personal preference on that one. Check it out. Pre-order your CS3 at proacepaintball.com. We have all the color swaps and everything available. If you have any questions, comment below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching.